The Man Who Waited at Blackfriars. London never truly slept, but it did hold its breath. On the north side of Blackfriars Bridge, just where the lamplight thinned and the river breathed out its cold, a man stood every night at precisely 11 minutes past midnight. He wore a dark wool coat cut in a style at least 50 years out of fashion, and he carried no umbrella, even when rain slicked the stones beneath his feet. No one ever saw him arrive. No one ever saw him leave. People noticed him the way Londoners notice oddities, briefly, suspiciously, then not at all. Until the letters began. Detective Inspector Eleanor Graves received the first one on a Tuesday. Cream paper, no return address. Her name written in a precise old-fashioned hand. "He is waiting again," it read. You should ask him why. That was all. She assumed a crank. London produced them endlessly. But by Thursday there was a second letter, this time delivered to Scotland Yard itself. Blackfriars. 11 past midnight. Do not be late. Eleanor had worked homicides for 14 years. She had learned which instincts to ignore and which to follow despite better judgment. This one itched at her ribs like unfinished business. So that night, she went. The fog was heavy, thick enough to feel like resistance. Blackfriars Bridge loomed out of it in fragments, iron railings, wet stone, the orange glow of gas lamps blurred into halos. She saw him at once. He stood exactly where the letter implied, facing the river, hands clasped behind his back. He did not turn when she approached. His posture was patient, almost reverent. "You've been expecting me," Eleanor said. "Yes," he replied, voice low and dry like pages turned too often. "You're late." She checked her watch. 11 minutes past. "I'm right on time." He smiled, but it did not reach his eyes. "You always say that." Eleanor stiffened. "We haven't met." "No," he agreed. "Not like this." She circled slightly, taking him in. Pale skin. No visible breath in the cold. His coat bore faint dark marks near the cuffs, like old water stains. Or old blood. "Why are you here?" she asked. "To wait." "For what?" "For justice," he said softly. "Or the absence of it." She studied his face, searching for signs of intoxication or delusion. Found neither. "People have noticed you," she said. "You're becoming a concern." "That happens," he said, "eventually." "Who are you?" He hesitated. Then, "Once I was named Thomas Hale." The name landed heavily. Eleanor knew it. Thomas Hale had been a clerk at the Old Bailey, found dead in the Thames in 1891. Official ruling, suicide. She kept her voice steady. "You're nearly a century late for that identity." He turned then, slowly. His eyes were pale, unnervingly clear. "I've been late ever since." Eleanor felt the bridge tilt beneath her just slightly. "If this is a joke—" "Did you ever read my case file?" he asked. "There was no case file," she said. "Just a ledger entry and a coroner's note." "Exactly." The fog thickened. Traffic sounds dulled, as though the city itself leaned away from them. "I was not suicidal," Thomas Hale said. "I was inconvenient." Eleanor crossed her arms. "You expect me to believe you're a dead man?" "No," he said. "I expect you to believe London forgets it's dead too easily." He stepped closer to the railing, gazing down at the river. "I altered records. Small things. Dates. Names. Enough to delay executions when I knew evidence was false. You tampered with the court. I saved lives, and someone killed you for it." "They pushed me," he corrected, "from this very bridge." Eleanor's pulse quickened. She knew the history, rumors of judicial corruption in the late 19th century, quietly buried. Men absolved posthumously, files sealed, then lost. "You're saying you were murdered?" "I'm saying no one cared to prove otherwise." She exhaled slowly. "Why now?" Because the men who benefited from my silence built legacies, he said. Their names still echo in chambers of law. Their descendants still sign papers that decide who is believed and who is erased. Eleanor thought of recent cases. Evidence misplaced. Witnesses discredited too easily. Patterns she'd noticed but never named. "What do you want from me?" she asked. "To look again," he said. "At the deaths ruled convenient. At the truths smothered by procedure." "And if I don't?" He met her gaze steadily. "Then I'll keep waiting." The river surged below, dark and thick. "Others have seen you," Eleanor said. "Why me?" "You listen," he replied, "even when the city tells you not to." She hated how true that felt. "Meet me again," he said. "Tomorrow. Same time. And if you're not here, I always am." The next night, Eleanor brought a folder. Old records, digitized scans, a list of clerks, magistrates, judges linked to irregular verdicts spanning decades. She hadn't slept. The patterns were there. Subtle, deniable, damning. Thomas Hale stood waiting, exactly as before. She didn't speak. She simply handed him the folder. He did not touch it. "You found it," he said. "I found enough to reopen 3 inquiries," she said. "Enough to make certain people very nervous. And? And enough to prove you didn't jump." He nodded, once. The fog seemed to loosen around him. "Will you testify?" she asked quietly. A pause. "I already have," he said. "Every night I stand here. Every night someone sees." "That's not how evidence works." "Sometimes," he said, smiling faintly. "It's how memory does." The lamplight flickered. "Will you keep going?" he asked. "Yes," Eleanor said, "even if it costs me." "Good," he replied. "That's what it cost me." The fog rolled thick between them, and when it cleared, Thomas Hale was gone. No footsteps, no ripple in the river, just the bridge, the light, and the weight of knowing that London's ghosts were not always content to remain forgotten. The following week, the first inquiry was announced, and every night since, at 11 minutes past midnight, Eleanor crosses Blackfriars Bridge. She has never seen him again. But she no longer doubts that someone is waiting.